All right, so welcome to Chat Communication Happenings and Trends. So last time we tried to record a segment for chat, but we lost some of the video. And so I'm just kind of recapping so that we can get it set back up again. And the video in question, we were speaking about an article from The Hill, citing that 4 million people had lost health insurance in the last 2 years. And we will link that article in the description below. And I was also having a Twitter conversation specifically with somebody who didn't agree with me on the healthcare issue and didn't believe me. But anyways, we have the article for you. And yeah, I think that sets it up, right? Yeah. It matters why they exited the market exchanges, because if they did it, because some of them probably did it voluntarily. Like, yes, some of them did probably do it voluntarily. However, why did they do it voluntarily? Was it just to do it? Because I guarantee you, if they had free healthcare, do you think they would just go, fuck that free healthcare, I'm just not going to have it? Or is it more of a, like, I can't justify the costs for what I'm getting from it? I don't know. However, the article does state, interestingly, because I didn't remember the percentages at the time. I forgot that of the people that knew that the individual mandate had been removed, only about 9% of the 4 million said that that's why they dropped healthcare. So the other percentage of the people did not leave or did not exit the market because they knew the individual mandate was removed. So that should be very telling. And I can't believe I forgot that when I had actually looked at this. And so I wanted to discuss this because I thought it was super interesting, the priorities of the politicians. Because if the Democratic Party was really the party of the people and gave a shit about healthcare, they would not let this fucking fact slide. They would say, hey, 4 million people in the last 2 years lost health insurance at every single chance they got. Would they not? Yeah. And why they aren't saying this is because they don't give a shit, because they don't care. And then they can say, well, we need to strengthen Obamacare. Okay, why aren't you guys trying to strengthen it like this? 4 million people lost health insurance. We should strengthen the ACA. Are they saying that? No, not at all. So we know the solution to this. We know the solution is a Medicare for all system or single payer system, period. There is no other solution. Don't tell me to come here and strengthen the ACA when, one, the ACA was as good as it's going to get, according to you guys, senators and politicians and everybody. And then look at it falling apart, and 4 million people lost health insurance over the past 2 years under Trump. And the fact, so the signature legislation of our president, Barack Obama, we can't allow it to break apart. Yeah, you can. Looks like you can do it quite easily and happily to me. I just think it's ridiculous, and so we've got that point. We also have the point that, again, it doesn't really matter why these people exited the market, right? Say 100% of them decided they didn't want to pay the individual mandate anymore, and so they exited the market. And why did they make that decision that they didn't want to pay the individual mandate anymore? Because that's never the follow-up question when people are doing this. When I say ultimately it doesn't matter because it shows you the failure of a healthcare system. Yes, it does, because it matters because why they did it or why they exited. Okay, let's say they exited because of the individual mandate being removed. Why did they exit because of the individual mandate being removed? Why is that not a follow-up question for you to ask? Yeah. And why is it ridiculous? And then what pissed me off, and I'm sorry, this is kind of a rant for me, in this kind of Twitter argument that I had, they literally were like, you're manipulating the numbers for your own agenda. I'm like, look, dude, all I said was 4 million people lost health insurance over the past 2 years under Trump because of of a series of executive orders in addition with the removal of the individual mandate. Them's the facts. That's not me manipulating anything. That's not me even saying a reason why people were exiting or not exiting. That's just me saying that this happened, and then if you don't like that, tough cookies. Then you don't know what data manipulation is, because I can manipulate some data very easily. And if you're that stupid to think that that's what data manipulation is, then you're not smart enough to catch when data manipulation is actually occurring. But that's a broader issue. That's not really the point. But the point here is, I don't think it ultimately matters. Why? Because I think it's a failure of our healthcare system, period, regardless of why they exited the market. And it does say that it did impact individuals of about an income level of $30,000 or more, which is not that much. We know that. And it primarily impacted those individuals and a family of about $61,000 or more. So it primarily impacted those individuals. So if we have two household earners, which is pretty common in the United States, then you see a household income of about $61,000. That would be about $30,000 per individual, which does extrapolate quite well from the $30,000 per individual, right? And so these are not wealthy families that this is affecting. These are not wealthy individuals that this has affected. It also seems to have affected, weirdly, and it didn't really explain why in the article, it affected Republicans more than Democrats. So Democrats did see a drop in insurance rates in 2017, so they were at, I guess, in 2017 about 9.1%, but it was statistically unchanged to 2018. And Republicans rose from 2016 at 7.9% to an uninsured rate of 13.9% in 2017. So you're looking at a nearly doubling of uninsured rates of Republicans, while Democrats were virtually unchanged from 2016 to 2017. I don't know why that is.
What I was going to say is the reason I believe that the Republicans would have gone higher than the Democrats is kind of like a twofold thing. It's where the Republicans are, the states that the Republicans are in, the highest, Plus, the Democrats are fighting tooth and nail to keep ACA. So they're being told that it's such a great medical healthcare system that they feel like they need to stay on it. Those would be the two reasons why I would think that the change was made.
Well, I don't even think that the Democrats are really even fighting for the ACA that much. I mean, the tax bill that was approved by no, I guess no Democrat actually voted for the tax bill, did they? No. I mean, they should harp on this point day in and day out, especially if they want to quote unquote strengthen Obamacare, right? I mean, this would be the way to do it. That 4 million people. I mean, that would not leave my mouth if I was a politician. No. I would be like, hey, 4 million people lost health insurance. I want to strengthen if I was like a corporate shill Democrat, I'd be like, and now I want to strengthen the ACA. But if I'm like a true progressive, like I am, I would be like, hey, 4 million people lost health insurance over the past 2 years. Guess what? I want to do a Medicare for all system so that everybody's insured at half the fucking cost that we pay now. I mean, you can't lose with something like that. I mean, there's a lot of people that thought Trump was going to give them healthcare or make it better somehow. He didn't have any plans. He didn't propose any ways he'd go about doing it, but they believed him. And they may have voted for him because of that. And I know there are healthcare voters. They're very important. Healthcare is a very important issue in the United States, and they're treating it like garbage. Treating it like a secondary issue that shouldn't even fucking matter. While we all look at Stormy Daniels, you know what I mean? it just makes you want to just do this. I probably have like a permanent bruise on my forehead because of these people.
It's ridiculous. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you're. I don't get it. I don't the people that come at us still about Medicare for all. It just doesn't make any sense to me because it's totally. I mean, you totally know that it's such a better system, and anytime that they've tried to like, oh, but it's going to cost more, and then you show them, no, it's not going to cost more, and then they're just like, well, no, it's socialism. We don't want socialism. God forbid. It's ridiculous.
So you'd rather die because you can't afford treatment? That seems smart. Because you don't want quote unquote socialism. Y'all are dumb. I mean, these are dumb people, but they fucking run the country. And that's the terrible part. It's like how stupid these people are. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call a spade a spade. If you act like an idiot, you're a fucking idiot. So don't act like an idiot, and I won't call you an idiot. It's that simple. I'm a simple human being here. But this is not working. And the fact that people are so brainwashed into believing that a Medicare for all healthcare system is socialism is crazy sauce too, because it's a socialist like program, but you still have independent doctors. They don't work for the government. They just get the insurance. They just get paid. And that's all it would be. They still get to decide your treatment, which right now the health insurance companies decide, by the way. Okay. And so you can't tell me like you think a health insurance company that has a profit motivation is far superior when we know that to be inaccurate based off of data and examples from other nations. We are the only modern nation in the world that doesn't have a single payer healthcare system or some equivalent. The only nation. Why? Because it works. It works. And why are we the only nation? Because we're fucking stupid idiots who are run by private corporations and who have been brainwashed to believe that billionaires are some fucking gods, and so they get to determine if I live or die. And why should they have that fucking power? I don't get it. I don't understand that line of thinking. I just don't. But we know the solution too. It's Medicare for all. It's easy solution. And if I was a politician, boy, this factoid would never leave my fucking lips. Any opportunity, if I was in front of the camera, I'd be like, hey, 4 million people lost healthcare. Did you know that? Well, now you do. Guess what the solution is? Medicare for all. Boom. Done. Not that hard.
Well, I mean, we have so far on, Bernie's Medicare for all bill, way less than half of the senators are supporting it. What did I have? 31 Dems not supporting it, or 30 Dems and 1 in Angus King, and then 74 out of there's 122 Dems in Congress supporting HR 676, but there's still 74 Democrats not supporting it. And the bare minimum, I just put out a tweet today, the bare minimum to be a Democrat should be that you support Medicare for all. I'm sorry. At this point, that's what it should be.
But you're a purist, Janet. That's too pure. We don't do purity politics in the United States. Sorry, that's too pure.
And I'm so sick of seeing. I am just so sick of seeing the whole vote blue, no matter who crap. I mean that. How is that even a vote? How is that even voting for what's good for you and for the people of this country and the people of this world? How is just saying, oh, he has a D, I'm gonna vote for that guy? Like it's beyond me. I don't get these people.
That line of bullshit. Just ask those people and say, hey, if Bernie Sanders changed his I to a D, would you vote for him?
Yeah, well, I mean,
they would say, hell no. And that's how you know they're full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of them would not vote for him, and a lot of them would say, "Oh, because he just changed." But then here they are boosting up these candidates. They're boosting up Painter, who decided I'm not a Republican anymore. The Republicans, left me. I am now a Democrat, and no, you're not. No, no. Well, I mean, I guess he is. I mean, he's kind of like a Democrat is now, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the Democrats are the Republican Party. They're just like maybe a milder version of the Republican Party. They're still super right wing.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. It's just like, is it super to the right where they're in crazy town, or is it kind of like you can kind of keep a conversation with them, but they're still too right wing for you to even think that they should have any say in any politics whatsoever? That's, I think, where the Democratic Party is, for me at any rate. And I'm like way over here on the left, way over there, and they're way over there. And then like I never can go over to like the super right wing. Like I just like just like marbles running around all over the place. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to get hit in the head with a marble. No wonder you guys are so fucked up.